Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is just going to be a quick video. I have recently become obsessed with a YouTube channel called Her 86 Meters Squared and the amazing and beautiful recipes she makes. My friend is vegetarian, and so I thought I would try and use as many homegrown items like this little harvest of potatoes and this giant zucchini, and just try and make something different, because I feel like a lot of vegetarian food is the same all the time. The other thing I wanted to do was to try cooking with yellow squash for the first time. I've never eaten these before. I don't know why. My grandma used to serve them, but they used to freak me out for some reason, and I was like, why on earth would anyone eat that? So before planting any, I thought I'd try some, and I picked some up at the local supermarket, and I was amazed that these were $5 for 4 little squashes. So I thought if I do like them, then it is going to be infinitely more cost effective to actually grow my own. So what I did was cut off the tops and hollow out the seed area and try and keep some of the flesh of the squash that I had hollowed out, and that was going to be used essentially to kind of create a stuffed roast squash for dinner. At the time of filming this, it was early summer, and it is now the very, very, very beginning of autumn in Australia. And these little plants are already in my garden, and hopefully when I get back home, I'm traveling at the moment, hopefully we will have our very first fruits of the season. So I'm pretty excited. I'll definitely be planting these earlier in spring, as I did really enjoy this recipe. I had homegrown tomatoes, homegrown onions, and I mixed in some quinoa and a little bit of Parmesan cheese and mixed that all together, along with a little bit of the diced flesh from the squash, and then stuffed it back inside the squash. The thing that is so amazing about Thuy from Her 86 Meters Squared is how creative she is with her recipes, how beautifully filmed it is, and it's really, you have to check it out if you haven't already. So I added some seasoning into the stuffing before I added the cheese, and then after that it was into the oven. My oven is not the best, so I actually put the empty squash in to kind of get started before I actually stuffed them, and I also put in some potatoes for roasting with garlic, just like I always do, and towards the end of the roast potatoes being cooked, I will actually add in some rosemary for added flavour. Then I was winging it a little bit based on what I saw Thuy do on Her 86 Meters Squared. It looked as though she wrapped chunks of mozzarella in zucchini, covered them in breadcrumbs, and essentially fried them. And they looked so neat and so beautiful the way she did them, and I can't say that I had the same success. I actually really struggled to crumb these, mostly because I was using gluten-free breadcrumbs, because I don't eat wheat unless really my willpower deteriorates rapidly and a piece of garlic bread finds me. But I did wrap chunks of this mozzarella cheese in the zucchini, and I had no idea if this was going to be edible even, because I wasn't 100% sure that it wasn't tofu that she put in the middle of the wrapped zucchini little envelope package, and I couldn't work out how to neatly wrap them the way she had. But, you know, I did my very best, and I just hoped that between the squash and the roast potatoes that we had enough for dinner if these turned out to be gross. I have cooked with these gluten-free breadcrumbs before, and I have to say they're pretty underwhelming. They don't have the same effect as panko breadcrumbs or even just normal breadcrumbs. I don't know why, they always kind of taste a little off, but it was time to get the little squashes out of the oven and to just sprinkle a little bit more cheese on top to finish them off. My friend is French, and so cheese is a big thing apparently, so she was pretty excited to see that I had included lots of cheese in dinner. I think she had more hope for the zucchini envelopes than I did. When you fried them, they kind of like the mozzarella came out quite rubbery, which I don't know if that is supposed to happen, and a lot of the gluten-free breadcrumbs fall off because that's what they always did. And unfortunately I didn't have vegetable oil, I only had olive oil, so they were very oily in their taste, but I just thought I would share this with you guys and just try something different. I hope you enjoyed watching.